Okay, so this is your homework problem posted on D2L called Interpreting Velocity Graphs number 1. And I tried to represent that graph here, the lines, the graph dimensions, the minor and major axes on your homework will be easier to see, but we'll deal with the fact that I don't have a whole bunch of a grid mark up here. So there are 4 questions that are being asked about this velocity versus time graph. The first question says, during which time is the object accelerating? Now, we need to remember that acceleration means any change in velocity. It could be a positive change, a negative change. It could be speeding up, it could be slowing down. So any change in velocity. So during what times is the velocity changing? Well, that's any times the velocity is not standing still, is not being horizontal. And so we see that, so anytime there's a slope, a linear portion of the graph. So we see that between this point and this point we have acceleration. We have acceleration between this point and this point. We have acceleration between these 2 points. And we have acceleration between these 2 points. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4 different times that this object is accelerating. If we look very carefully, so this is question number 1, what those time points are in the graph that's with this video, we see that's between time point 1 and 4. That's this one. Time point 6 and 8. That's this one. Time point 9 and 16. So this is at 9 seconds to 16 seconds, and then from 16 seconds to 19 seconds. It's also accelerating. So those are the times that there's a change in velocity. Okay, question number 2 says, during which time or times is the object moving right of the origin? Right of the origin. That's position information. Physically located right of the origin. I can't get position information from a velocity versus time graph. There's certainly cases where the object is moving rightward in the right direction, but right of the origin is telling me something about where the object is located, and I can't get it. So number 2, no answer. Unknown. I cannot determine where the object is moving right of the origin. Now, I can determine where the object is moving rightward. So if this question were asking that, it would be everything, every time the object is above this axis. Only here is it moving leftward. So make sure we're very clear about what the question is asking. That one is difficult because we have to be very careful about it and mindful. Question number 3 says, during which time is the object slowing down? All right, so this means that the velocity magnitude, the number, is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. When is that happening? Well, as the object is at time 9, we see that the velocity is getting lower and lower in value as we move from time 9 to this point. Time point 14. So between 9 and 14, we're slowing down. Soon as I turn around, I start to speed up. My numbers get bigger and bigger. So after that point, it's no longer slowing down. However, at this point, between 16 and 17, the numbers are again getting smaller and smaller. We have another case of slowing down. So that's between 16 and 17. All right, and number 4 says, during which time is the object moving leftward? This doesn't say leftward of the left of the origin. It's not giving position information. It's just saying when is he moving leftward? Whether he's moving leftward in California, or whether he's moving leftward in San Diego, or that's not on the other side of the country, New York. When is he moving leftward? And that is during the time that we are below the axes. So it's here that he's moving leftward. So that is between time 14, and time 17. All right, so there's an example of interpreting a velocity graph with very specific questions. Good job.